May the 8th, 2014. Guys, after the video this morning, we saw this quake come in at initially as a 6.8, but it's been downgraded to a 6.4. Now, that's going to put pressure between that point and the Canadian fault zone, or the Denali fault zone, all the way up the west coast, so we need to watch it. Here's the magnetopause of the event. Notice your timestamp at the top. I put the yellow arrow over this to give you an average, and it will be about 12 on a calm solar day. We'll put it in those words. But check it as the pressure builds, and I'll do a couple stops here at 8:41 UT. Again, we start to see the collapse of the inner ring, further collapse top, bottom, and almost to the satellite belt. Then this burn off of electrons and protons that causes our aurora borealis. But that's what we were seeing up into the last frames of today. Let's look at the magnetic connectivity solarscape. Looking at the sun, that's the Earth connectivity spot. You're looking at Venus in the yellow. Come all the way over to Mercury in the gray. That's what I'm saying. Mercury in linear has had an effect on these sunspots. Now, the sunspots are going to outpace Mercury and become more geo-effective. In other words, Mercury's not moving as fast as they are as they come around. Now, we may see some of that energy transfer to the southern hemisphere of the sun because it will be lining up with Earth in linear. But now NASA's starting to pay a little closer attention to this, saying up to 200 meteors per hour, possibly a meteor storm. And I'm going to link you to some information that we're looking at. But and guys, today it came out that one missed us yesterday. It was 6 meters, May 7th, 0.3 LD. That's a third of the distance between us and the moon. That's how they saw it as it went by, in other words. There's a lot of debris here. I want to also link you to this. This is the best coverage for linear so far. But notice the state and the city and the white box in the bottom. This is San Francisco. Now, it will give you the time when you're going to see the most meteor showers. Here coming into the 4th. Notice this. Just after midnight at the bottom is 0 hours. So starting at that point in San Francisco, that's when you're going to see the most fireballs. You can come down onto the right and change your city. Or we'll go, say, back over to the East Coast. Let's go to Boston. Again, now look, it's not going to peak there until between the 3rd and the 4th hour after midnight. You see how the chart is working? Right there. Notice how high it is, though, there compared to New Orleans. The higher latitudes are going to see more. Now, again, New Orleans, you see that at just after the 2nd hour after midnight. But you can go in and put this to any city in the world. Some will not be able to see it because of the sunlight. But this is the latest images of linear, and it looks like 3 objects inside it, and they were concerned about it breaking apart after all these years. And what's surprising is it is regaining some of the electrical strength. I have a couple other images that if I have time to process them today, I'll get them in a later video. But the concern is here, it's close to the sun, it's under the maximum stress, and any solar flare activity could further disintegrate this comet, guys. Ustream has got the live ISS stream up. Now, I will link to that. You noticed it as I was recording it, it was dark. But that changes. They orbit every 90 minutes. But we may get some of the best pictures of this meteor shower from the ISS. This just came back up online a week ago. But it's saying that it gives you the information. It's only available when the space station is in contact with the ground, loss of signal periods, but it orbits the Earth every 90 minutes, sunset or sunrise every 45 minutes. But if the external camera appears black, it can sometimes provide a spectacular views of lightning or city lights below, or the sunrise and sunset on this. But I will link to these, and I'm going to update the videos that we saw. Again, join us at Blog Talk at 6 p.m. Central Time. I'd like to talk about this. But again, my main concern is the solar flares reacting to linear, coming over Earth as it is now, kicking it out and further disrupting that inner nuclei. In other words, further disintegration. And how will that affect the meteor storms, things like that? Heads up, be safe.